This is Scratch, that's Dennis, and this is AOE Leagues Season 9 Bracket Q tiebreaker for group stage between D1000100, who we'll call player D or D, versus Painter. On 4 lakes, we've got Painter as in the red as Celts, and D in the blue as Spanish. And now Dennis has upgraded his computer and is going to be simultaneously watching the video with me on his own cast so that we can look in 2 places at once so that Dennis doesn't have to yell at me when things are blinking on the minimap. So apologies because you're going to hear us count this down. So Dennis, I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, go. On go, hit play. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
I think we're good. Hey, we did it. Okay.
We're at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right?
Yep, perfect. Okay, and hopefully, audience, that'll be the last time you hear us count.
Yeah, I think this is just fine. I think there's no other way around it. But anyway, this is a tie break, right?
Yeah.
Between 3 people. So because there's a tie break between 3 people, the admins have decided to make all 3 of them, essentially the whole group at this point, play a tie break game. Just one game, best of 1 against each other. And the map that they picked is a map that no one picked in the group. Essentially, I think it's more like all the maps are available from the set, and they get to ban a map each turn until there's only 1 map left, and they ended up with 4 lakes.
Yeah, Dennis knows way more about that than I do. I have been, unfortunately, only vaguely paying attention to it because it got weird when people started dropping en masse. Which, no offense, life happens. No big deal. I personally have also done the same thing, so I get it. Just definitely made it a little awkward for the players that are sticking around. What do we feel about Painter and Celts? We've not seen Painter and Celts.
I think both are interesting civ picks, right? There's Spanish. I mean, the idea of Spanish, typically you'd expect a castle drop, FC castle drop probably, but Celts definitely is the more odd one, where you don't really expect Celts to be picked on a hybrid map. So
maybe they're thinking the effective lumberjacks.
I remember what Painter told me last time, so I think I know what he's going to attempt. So I'm looking forward to it. And if you don't really know, I probably will let you.
I don't. I'll figure it out. Because I know Celts get better lumberjacks. I don't think they have that great a navy, but
I'll tell you this much: Painter has been cooking something. That's what he told me. And then he also made a YouTube video. Started off his YouTube channel, so through that, know what kind of strategy he's been practicing. So.
Dennis, with the secret knowledge, we've got we have a villager carrying some gold that's building a house, so maybe we're thinking militia drush for Painter? Yep, there's the barracks. Okay. Dennis has vanished into the ether.
Oh, I'm here. I just want to see how this plays out. And I mean, as an opponent, I guess you wouldn't really look into what your opponent YouTube channel is up to, but
I feel like if you find out that your opponent has a YouTube channel, you're at least spending some time there, right? Ooh, does D see the barracks? No, he ran right past it. Oh no.
It's Celts, so maybe you do expect. Ooh, D trying to. That was good from D. I still couldn't really just run under the TC and not get hit sometimes, but that was very well played. I guess his HV did get.
Yeah, he took a hit, I think.
I think that's going to be an important hit if there's any kind of scout action later, right? So
we've got 2 militia in the barracks that unfortunately D did not get to see.
There's a 3rd one coming on the way as well, so...
We've got a dock with some fishing ships for D. D having 2 forward stone is kind of unfortunate here, I think. But I'll be honest, this stone and gold setup for Painter That is dying for a town center or a castle dropped on it by his opponent. That is juicy.
I'm okay.
You know too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fine if I say what he's probably gonna go for, right? I don't really know. I didn't watch the game, so it's more of a hunch at this point.
Nah, we'll watch it. Keep your spoilers to yourself.
Right.
We've got an early loom for D, so maybe... Did he see the barracks? He hasn't seen it yet, but... I finally got back into the saddle and jumped on ladder myself. It has been stressful. Dude, I suck at this game.
It's crazy that you'd suck more on tournament game than the ladder. I'm pretty sure all these players who's playing now, if they hop on the ladder, they're gonna jump.
Oh yeah, no, like I'm gonna be honest, Cute Bear Cup would destroy me.
Yeah, it's.
Patron D too. Now that I think about it.
Oh yeah, pretty sure most people might.
Yeah, no, it's been really good late. Ooh, we're getting on hunt. Okay, Painter. This is very close to what I was cooking up against. Now, granted, we're on 4 lakes, but he's kind of ignoring water, so I'll ignore that for right now. This is very similar to what I was cooking up against Champies before he stole 5 sheep underneath my town center.
Okay.
In the most horrific lame of all time. Okay, trap the scout. That's good.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is Painter's strategy is kind of built to punish the water greed from D. I think, if I'm not wrong, this is gonna be a Drush fast castle, probably.
Interesting, no mill on the hunt.
Yeah, I don't think he can spare the wood.
I mean, he's got 300.
I think he'll probably need to drop down farms at some point. I don't know. We'll see what he's gonna go for. I don't really know the build. I just know.
Didn't Spirit of the Law? Didn't Spirit of the Law say that like 8 people on 1 deer is max?
Okay, so the
That's accurate.
Woodwills have been kicked off. That could actually be better for D because now D can probably focus on
just denied the barracks too.
But now, D has to make barracks and go for it. But I think D is actually has the resources. Most of the resources, at least.
Yeah, but he's spooked. He's hiding in the town center.
Oh, but the wood is not available to drop the required buildings, so that's going to be painful.
All right, Painter, this wall is...
Yeah, the Painter is actually doing really well with the 3 militia. A lot of value from them. Kind of denied a lot of idle eco. 37 worker efficiency last minute with just the 3 militia. That's amazing. And behind it, like I said, he's probably going to go fast castle. He's walling up a lot more than I expected. I don't know if this is part of his plan. This is I was start thinking he didn't mill the deer because he couldn't spare the wood. I don't really think about that anymore. I think he's just planning to cut the whole map in half, and maybe there's going to be some kind of elongated game. The loss of scout HP in the beginning kind of helped the villager run past the scout.
Could you drop a tower on your wood line, maybe?
For D?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can just. I mean, if you really wanted to, you can just drop an archery range and.
True. Yeah. I guess he is Spanish. He's gonna want an archery range eventually, anyway.
He's Spanish, so he would never want an archery range.
No, not for hand cannon.
You don't get hand cannon. Oh, you're thinking imp. I don't.
Yeah, I said eventually. Eventually.
That's way too far. I think in the short term. The archery range for Spanish would probably be for skirms, right? But yeah, eventually an imp with chemistry could go to hand cannons, but it's so far off. I don't even know if that's going to be. But yeah, these three militia are kind of doing a lot of work, and so far they've not killed anyone, but
They killed one just now, I think. Oh no, they hadn't. That was militia.
No kills. But the work efficiency last minute is kind of down, right? So because of that, Painter is actually up 60, 70 resources, and
Yeah.
and
This
yeah.
is.
Ooh, there's just 1 HP or how many? 4 HP villager escaped. That was well done from D to not lose that villager. But yeah, you can see that there's a lot of idle time for D because of that, and Painter's up to Castle Age.
For sure.
And
With this ridiculous wall.
yeah, the walls are interesting, which makes me think that it's not the exact strategy that I was thinking. But there are scouts on the field now from D.
But granted, with Painter's spawn, like this map, this wall actually makes perfect sense to me. As ridiculous as it is, this wall makes sense because there's a hole. What?
Oh, okay.
That doesn't look like a hole. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
no shame on Painter for missing that because that looked awful.
Oh,
we have a rogue villager coming down.
Over chops for holes. Oh, this is a very gutsy forward villager already.
I think this might be a misclick.
No, I think that was supposed to be a forward siege workshop, if I'm not wrong. But the scouts. Okay, monastery is down. Siege workshop's gonna be next. And yep, we have a.
Yes.
Push.
Painter going for the I'll let my opponent finish building my wall strategy.
Yeah, I think I can say what he's attempting right now. He's just he was talking about Huang rushing his opponent. So there's going to be like a forward DC monastery, probably a knight or two, and the scouts to kill any monks made by D. So this is going to be interesting how this goes.
This is very Huang shaped. That's true.
Yeah. He did say he practiced this build. Not an easy build to do, so it's crazy if he manages to do it, and it's looking good right now with a huge lead to Castle Age. And the knight is probably gonna kill the scouts.
Yeah, D, at this point, I think you need to call your boys back home.
I don't think so. The gold is walled in, and the wood is towered. Farms are pretty close. I think he just needs to probably wall in the other gold as well. But apart from that, I think now his monk mangonel push is where D is probably going to focus on as well. But yeah, I think more scouts could work, but the knights are gonna melt the scouts, so it'll be interesting how this goes. Very good timing, I know, but yeah, it's good enough.
Wow. This is pretty nuts.
Ooh, but the mangonel is.
There's only one.
Right,
there's two now. Yeah, the knight's got him.
The knight's got him, and repairing the low HP mangonel, I like that, and that's gonna help with the push. More knights being queued, and yeah, the eco is not really that big an expectation, but there's also stables in the back, so which is interesting. So I guess the knights would keep running from his base, and does Painter know that the scouts are in front of his base? Doesn't.
I don't think D knows that the scouts are over there.
Yeah, because of all the pressure forward. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be. And yep, converted the knight with the monk. That is, and yep, the TC goes down. Huang eats TC, Painter eats TC apparently. it's and the monk is gonna get another conversion, and there's another monk, so second one also could be converted.
Whew. D, I'm sorry. This is ugly.
This is a very well prepared strategy from Painter, and yeah, I mean you're lacking. Oh, you're going for second PC, but yeah, at this point you kind of it's hard, right? Because the way Huang pushes work is you are so early to Castle Age that you have the lead on knights. You convert enemy knights with the monks, and you even have some scouts to snipe monks if you need to. So
Yeah, no, really well done. A second siege workshop. Now, Painter, I think that might be a little unnecessary.
he has the resources for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's over.
Woo!
That was very well played. So
All right.
Painter is so D is not out yet. So it
Yeah.
just means that he has lost to Painter. So D has to win against King Gaz and hope that King Gaz loses against Painter, so that Painter is 2, uh, D is 1, King Gaz is 0. If it's 1-1-1, the way they would decide the tiebreak
Goes
is
to
to look at the
score. Yeah.
scores. Yep. So you can see that the score right now between them is 2,000 and 2,500. So it's around 300, right? So right now it'll be plus 300 in differential for Painter, minus 300 for D, and so that's also going to be playing a part if King Gaz defeats Painter and it becomes 1-1-1, where D defeats King Gaz. So yeah, there's 2 more sets for the tie breaks coming up. This is a best of 1, so this is essentially the first of the 3 games that we'll be watching before the knockout rounds. So.
All right. Well, since I don't think we expected this to be a 25-minute match,
I expected it. I mean,
what?
it had to be in a way. I mean, unless D kind of went F fast castle, then that would have probably helped. But yeah, this
Sure.
was very well prepared strategy.
Yeah, very
And,
well executed. What do you think D could have done against it?
I mean, I think you kind of have to go fast castle, right? I think the militia got a lot of value because the wood line was so far from the TC. I think that was one of it. The one thing that kind of
Mhm.
hurt him. And apart from that, I mean, once the knights are out and you are in feudal age, it's going to be a uphill climb. So because of that, I'm saying fast castle is
Yeah, I
the
think a full wall up very quickly. Unfortunately, though, in order to do this, or I think in order to have survived this in any way, if D had been able to scout that early barracks and seen it coming, I think that he would have put less wood into fishing ships and more wood into walling up, and I think then he may have stood a chance. But this was still brilliantly executed by Painter. So definitely, like
yeah.
D,
I mean,
don't feel bad about this one. Holy hell.
yeah, I would have lost to this one. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if even if I scouted the militia, I would have dropped archery range and skirms or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, at least that's what I would typically take as a response. But Celts, maybe I would know that some kind of siege push is coming in, but yeah, there's no market, so there's nothing to tell you that he's definitely going for a FC behind the drush. It was just a very well prepared strategy, very well executed from Painter, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Definitely don't feel bad about this one, D. This was really well done by Painter. Whew.
yeah, just focus on your next tie break,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Oh, okay. A quick one. Good game. This is Scratch Dennis for AOE Leagues Season 9 Bracket Q. Group Stage Tiebreaker Part 1 of 3 between D1000100 and Painter. The next ones are going to be D and King Gaz and King Gaz and Painter. Have a good night. All right, then we're going to keep this in. All right, 1, 2, 3, play. Okay, sorry about that false start, guys. This is the second game of the tiebreaker that we're now watching. We watched the first one against Painter and D, and that was disgusting. Um, really interesting adaptation of strategies there for Painter. And now we're moving on to the second one, and then we're gonna have a third one after this. And hopefully, if Dennis can work his magic, they're all gonna play in one cohesive video. Dennis,
Yes.
what do
Yeah.
you
So
think about these civs?
Yeah, I think we just saw Painter beat Kim D. So
D, yeah.
pretty much D pretty much needs a win right now in this to keep his chances alive. And so definitely D goes into this game wanting to get the initiative. And I think Magyars, you get that good attack bonus in Feudal Age. I do expect some kind of scout rush from D.
Do you think that D, or who do you think is the underdog here between these two?
It's hard to say honestly. It's hard. Yeah. It's. Do you have a pick?
Because this is a land map, because Wade is not a water map; it just has water on it.
Yep.
I want to pick Gaz as the underdog because most of the games that we've seen that I've been most impressed with Gaz have been water. He's really good at managing that. And D, I don't know, like, I feel like D has actually grown a lot over the course of this tournament. I think he's doing a lot better, or they're doing a lot better with their balancing of eco and aggro, and I think it's starting to show. Got a board pull or an elephant pull.
Well, I guess we're about to find out because I think it's also partly recency bias, right? We've been waiting for these tie breaks to come in for so long that we've been looking at this group. But King Gaz, I'm pretty sure, is kind of motivated to prove himself and get into the top threes. Sorry, top two, essentially, between Painter, D, and himself. So
Yeah, I'm over here saying Gaz is an underdog, and he's doing TC pulls on his boar, so maybe I'm full of shit there.
yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the other players, so it's gonna be interesting. And yeah, there's a lot of berries on this map. It didn't look like that was part of the civ drafting. Right now, it just looks like Bulgarians probably from King Gaz
Do
to do
Bulgarians
some.
have berry shenanigans?
I no, none of these civs
Okay.
have berry bonuses.
Ooh, oh, that villager's.
But Bulgarians do get free upgrades on their militia lines. So
No. She's gone. She's a goner. There's no chance. Oh my god, she lived. Whoo! Gaz, that was the most tense viewing I've done in a while. That was.
that's okay. For a second, I thought that elephant was shot down by the TC, but I don't know why the elephant's just rotting there. But yeah.
I know why. Because you want to kill the. You want to get rid of the lesser elephant first, right? Then you can
Okay.
move all
Okay.
of your villagers to the single elephant.
Okay. Okay.
Because look, Spirit of the Law spent like 20 minutes explaining the math on this. I don't understand it, but I do know that is, from what I understand, what you're supposed to do. You want to have as many of your villagers working the same source as possible, unless you're doing deer.
Okay.
Is
So
my understanding.
D is scouted the TC, so D knows where. Sorry, King Gaz knows where D is. And how is the scouting looking like for D? D is still searching for King Gaz right now. I mean, you kind of know that it's on the other side of you.
Yeah, I think Wade is pretty much always mirrored.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
that like other maps, it'll be like like Acropolis, it'll be like kind of off kilter, but I think Wade is almost always a 1-to-1 mirror. Or at least if there's a chance for one player to be at like the 3 o'clock mark and another player to be at like the 6 o'clock mark, I have not seen that.
Okay. So yeah, King Gaz has the resources to click up. I don't know if King Gaz is planning to.
What? Is that a misclick?
It was just for Feudal Age.
Oh, okay,
It was
okay.
a panic mill for the. Oh yeah, that is a good point, right? You usually mill it for the berries, but berries are so far off from the TC that you kind of.
I mean, Gaz has kind of seen berries and deer,
Yeah,
sort of.
it's just further out, and
Okay, now he's heading for it.
yep. Now he's heading for it, and probably will drop.
That may not have been. I don't think that was a panic mill. I think maybe
Yeah, just go early, right? Because I think maybe King Gaz wants to use the Bulgarian bonus with the barracks in early feudal and go for man at arms. Yeah. So with early gold as well, I think man at arms is definitely what King Gaz is planning. It's kind of hard to manage the food once you go man at arms, but let's see how King Gaz does. I do like the intention of some early pressure in feudal age.
D is building a mining camp, and it's clicking feudal with 750 food in the bank. So maybe man at arms versus man at arms.
D does get fully upgraded archers. There's no attack bonuses on them, but given the gold, maybe archers is what D is planning. I guess we're about to find out. And
there goes the first.
Archers do help from against man at arms. So if the man at arms hits, archers would be the right choice. Let's see how.
Now, one thing to note, because I'm still trying to be constructive when I watch this, I understand why you wanted the quick barracks placement. Good idea against Gaz as well, because we've seen them be pretty aggressive in most games. But I would prefer to put this barracks on the opposite side of your TC, so it's closer to this mill area. Putting it over here, you're kind of starting to spread out, and on Wade, I think that can be a little dangerous. Got some idle time for King Gaz. He's probably focusing on these man-at-arms, which are going right into the wood line.
This is gonna get a lot of value. A lot of votes there, no reaction. Okay.
Some reaction, not a great reaction. Archery range.
No villager kill though, so that.
3 villagers building this archery range. I like that.
And now the archers are gonna come out. Even if it skirms, I think those man at arms are probably gonna be dead. So quick follow up with range is necessary from.
We're transitioning to the other lumber camp. That was actually very well done, D. A little slow. Like could have been a second or two faster, but really good follow up.
Yeah, for King Gaz, I think a follow up range would be good, but I think he is. So far, not thinking of range, probably just thinking drush farm. I mean, not drush, but essentially from a fast castle from here, maybe.
Rush.
Yeah, just rush it.
Marush.
Yeah, but I don't know why the pikes, because Magyars, you don't really see a stable from Magyars yet. Maybe you expect them to eventually make them, but I think that was a little too early.
I think D is transitioning into like not quite fast castle, but as best as he can manage, right?
D just needs gold and another building, or not even another building. Just needs gold to click up. So maybe D can just.
Oh yeah! Wow, he has so much food.
Yeah.
So much food.
Whereas King Gaz, I think needs to kind of pile on the pressure, put in an archery range, and do a follow up with skirms. But maybe not. I mean, if you're early to Castle Age, it doesn't matter if you have skirms, right? Because skirms doesn't really go for a good attacking raiding unit. So what can King Gaz do here? Because the man at arms hasn't really produced any value. No kills so far.
Well, you say that, but he's pulling the villagers off gold. And D has 0 gold.
Yeah, actually, putting them off wood and gold is good, because that delays the Castle Age from D as well.
Yeah. So like, they're not getting kill value, but they're definitely getting idle time for sure.
But now scouts have gone down, which makes it harder to know where the man at arms has to go to hit. So
and the archers
I think
are going to
eventually they are. Yeah, eventually they're going to go down, and D can eventually get the 200 gold.
Got to mark it up for Gaz.
Okay, King Gaz is thinking of going for Castle Age from here.
Now, if you're in D's position, do you immediately send these 3 archers forward? I think I do, personally.
I mean, right now, just thinking of King Gaz right now, no eco upgrades, so many farms, it's probably going to make it harder when the farms expire, because they will expire soon without the eco upgrade. And the berries have been left.
Stable. Okay, D heard me, and they're sending his archers forward. They're checking the bottom berries first.
Oh yeah, the follow-up is pretty good from D.
Archers are retreating. Okay, I actually like pulling the archers back once the scout dies. Like, it's unfortunate. Oh, no, he's going back in. It's unfortunately the scout died that quickly. I don't know if D saw this.
So Gaz just needs some gold to click up, and okay, Gaz has the early castlage. I would presume that knights is probably what the plan would be. You definitely need the eco upgrades, otherwise you're gonna soon run out of
Now these are 3
wood and
archers
gold.
without fletching. They are not going to get villager kills, but pulling them all off of that wood line is pretty good. So I think you're right with knights. We're seeing stable.
Black lumber camp is good, and yeah. So you get armor upgrades on the knights. Oh, all G? Okay, this is just some pause in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Someone is messing. Someone. Okay. Preemptive tower.
Oh, this is gonna be 2 villager kills for the archers. You need to keep running away. They don't have fletching, so maybe you can run away, but it looks like King Gaz is not reacting to it, so the villagers are gonna go down.
We've got scouts coming in for the red player with archers backing them up.
Yeah, those villagers have been abandoned, and they're gonna die. Ooh. Some dodging with the arrows, and I think this is just stand ground archers, so that archer is gonna just stay there, and those 2 villagers is gonna run to D's eco and make forward buildings. Is that where they're going? I have no idea.
I think this one might be.
Yes, I definitely know when you say this one.
Yes, sorry.
Which one you're talking about?
I forgot. You have your own perspective now.
Yeah.
I think this one up on the north side is along the edge of the map is coming for.
Okay,
the female villager is joining them now. They're very weak, so if they get discovered while they're building that stable, they're definitely going to get destroyed. But
I mean, the castle is still going to help with the knights. You can kind of take out everything. The archer part thing is going to help.
Well, so you do. Gaz can't really take out everything if he doesn't have gold.
Yeah, you need more gold miners, and I think Gaz is probably sending new worlds to gold. I'm not really sure, but lack of eco upgrades again could soon end up being a problem. But so far, just massing knights. I think 4 knights should be good.
Okay, we're getting fletching.
And the knights are going for counterattack or just clearing. I would say just clear out the archer mass. You don't want the archer mass to get too big. Yeah. Even with bad pathing, if you get a good enough number of archers, it's going to be a pain. But alright, let's see. I think blue is King Gaz is just thinking about counterattack. And the archers are just sitting in near the middle, so it's not really getting that much value.
He's got a couple more archers by the edge near D's stable.
I think the wood eco could be wrecked, but then again, maybe that's doing D a favor with so much on wood right now. But ooh, the knights are just running into the gold, so that is good.
Good reaction from D.
Yep.
I was watching that.
I definitely think that you need to take.
Okay, now D. Now you have to ask yourself, where did those knights come from? This is one thing that I've really tried to start handling when I'm doing scouts, which isn't common. I think I prefer archers for sure, but generally speaking, when I'm running scouts, I always try to take one scout and just run them around. Just reassess the visual.
I mean, to be fair, we are saying where the knights come from only because we see the caster's perspective. From the player's perspective, the knights could just come from the back.
This is true.
From their side, so this is
I like
fine.
The monastery from D. Okay. I believe I called D out on a previous video about making monasteries immediately against knights instead of after the fact, so this is good. I like seeing this.
Yeah, I think this is definitely advantage for King Gaz with the knights, and the armor is on. Bloodlines coming for the knights. Devotion is a good tech to get these days. It's a new tech, which
that's the resist conversion, right?
yeah, it'll give you a couple more seconds for the knights to run away or to dive into the monks. It definitely helps a lot. You want to keep the knight mass as well because eventually you want to kill the archers. I don't think there's an archer mass yet, but you do want to keep kind of a mass of knights alive.
I think D is
because,
definitely kind of off-footing right now. We are moving to stone for Gaz.
yeah, this I think
Okay, we've got a bit
probably I would definitely like King Gaz to, instead of being this hard on stone, maybe just drop a couple of TCs. You have the advantage in terms of crippling D's economy. You just get the eco lead with TCs. I think I would prefer that over a forward castle, which is what I think King Gaz is thinking about right now, and also stonewalling. So
I wonder if D transitions to Cav archers.
you could. And what can Bulgarians do
like-
with against Cav archers? Probably go for their own Cav archers until recursive bow comes in. It should still be fine.
We've got stone walls from Gaz.
Yeah, Gaz is going for huge stone walls, which I don't think you need to. You have the advantage. You kind of have map control with knights. You have even forward stables, so you kind of you even get light cav upgrade or something like that, right? I don't know.
So I think we need at least 8, maybe 10 villagers on gold for this for knights, especially out of 2 stables.
I don't think he's planning to make knights. I think he's thinking about a forward castle. It's only about or a castle somewhere.
True. It's just my concern is less that and more so the potentiality of having to continue doing knights. Because now we've kind of left D alone. So
yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think you need just one knight. Maybe just make a few more, but yeah, I think these villages are being found out, and yeah, the forward castle is kind of an all-in play, which you didn't really need to because you had the eco lead. So yeah, you have 3,000 more resources, but now you're forced into defensive position, and D can kind of slowly come back into the game because now you've dropped
the initiative.
Yeah, you've lost initiative. I mean, not completely, but
No.
to an extent, because now you don't really have the extra TCs. You can drop TCs, but you spent a good amount of villagers collecting the stone for this castle.
Look at these scouts to the north of D's base. Click on his visual perspective and just take a look. It's really funny.
Oh, it just misses them. Yeah.
Just outside. D. Okay, so some notes for D. Gaz, I think we've talked about this before with Gaz's gameplay. I think Gaz likes to. I think Gaz does what I used to do in that I would go for a strategy. I would see a counter to that strategy, or rather, not necessarily a counter, but a defense against that strategy, and then I immediately think I need to tech switch. Or I need a strategy switch, and I don't necessarily think that's true. I actually think that if Gaz had kept his foot on the gas and kept making knights, I think that would have been fine. But I think this switch to defensive now, D is kind of in the aggressor's seat, and against Magyars that can be dangerous. Now, as to D, D, I need you to start babysitting your units a little more. You've had these 2 archers standing next to this fish on your side of the wade for their entire existence, and you've had these archers up where Gaz's berries are for a very long time. Let's regroup those archers together and just have them back up those knights. Like, obviously, I don't think they're a necessary component, but they are not contributing at the moment.
Yeah, I think right now you have the Connix, dude, so you need upgrades. There's no eco upgrades at the moment for King Gaz.
That's true.
And I mean, it's actually surprising how well King Gaz was able to keep everything running with the lack of any eco upgrade. So, but yeah, the Cav Archer is going to be a pain. I think Siege Workshop, Mangonel is probably going to be a good spot. Protect the Mangonels with Connix and expand with DCs so that you can just abandon this part of the base because I think you pretty much lost it. use the other TC to collect the gold you need.
I think that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I think you don't have the mass to deal with it, and you don't have any upgrades on the Conics. The Conics are better, but you don't have any upgrades on them right now. So
Do conics actually change what they are? Like, are they?
yes,
Do they benefit from cavalry stats and then infantry stats when they die?
yes,
Okay, that's
yes.
really cool.
That is true. So I mean, right now there's no cavalry when it's a cavalry unit. There's no infantry armor when there's infantry unit. So they're going to be pretty easily taken out, especially because cab archers being masked is a lot more painful than archers being masked because mobility is something that D has as well. So eventually, D is going to come with a forward castle of his own,
That's
which is going to be
that's
a
it actually.
pain. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have GG from Gaz. Okay.
Okay.
Gaz, I'm gonna be honest. I think that was a little premature. Not a lot. I definitely think. I think what we said is accurate. I think that you had not quite fumbled, but I think you took your foot off the gas a little bit, and D was able to get back into the aggressor seat. And unfortunately, as Magyars, that's a very comfortable place to be. But I don't know if this was over right now.
Yeah, I would like to say that context matters. So this is a three-way tiebreak where everyone plays best of one against one another. So right now, D played both his tiebreaks, won one of them. And if King Gaz plays two and wins one of them, Painter plays two, wins one of them, the each player has just one win. So how you decide the tiebreak in that tiebreak is essentially the score difference. So maybe King Gaz just thought, hey, you know what? I'm just going to fall further and further behind, and the score difference is going to pile on. So maybe I'll just resign
That's true.
in
That's
a
a good
lost
point.
position.
I would not have thought of that while playing. That would not have even occurred to me in a million years. I would have gone like, well, I can just still try and get the win. So that's a good point. Real quick, I want to touch on some things that I saw during this game. Gaz, I really liked your forward stable. It is unfortunate that I think it maybe produced 3 knights and bloodlines and then didn't get used. The cool thing about cavalry units is that they don't necessarily need to be forward. Like Dennis said, those knights could have just as easily come out of this other stable. In fact, I believe they did when they actually attacked. You did not have the economy to build knights consistently out of your 2 stables to really keep up that pressure. I think you need like at least 10 villagers on gold and a whole lot of farms. I'm pretty sure upwards of 20 in order to do that. And eco upgrades, which we have a completely blank screen for eco upgrades. So just something to think about. Knights are a really strong unit, but they have a huge investment that you need to make for your eco. D, I'll be honest, I don't entirely understand how you were able to defend against those knights. There was a lot of throwing villagers in TCs, which that worked. There was building the monastery. To build monks, I think you did get 1 conversion off. But I think a lot of this was that Gaz did kind of let off the pressure.
And King Gaz didn't really have the armor on the knights, right? So eventually even TCs do a good amount of damage on the knights. So. Yep.
For D critiques, please start babysitting your units a little bit. If you have military on the field, ask yourself, where are they and what are they doing? We've got these 2 scouts up to the north that I don't think they ever moved. We have these archers on the side that they never moved, and we have these archers on the front of the base.
Yeah, I think D just wanted to deny the berries and make sure that farming was forced.
True.
But King Gaz was not really planning to take the berries anyway, it seems like. So
I feel like on this map you have to. Like, I'm starting to come to terms with, like, even if you're not playing the Mongols, like, taking the deer and the berries is so good. But D, this was a great comeback for you. I really like the monastery. You built very quickly, and you got the monk in play. Let's bring him forward. Let's bring that monk forward, and let's have him start being useful.
Maybe Knights is. I mean, against maybe it's a defensive unit. Maybe against
for sure is,
Knight raids.
Because there's a previous game where I called D out on that. I said, "Hey, you built a monastery, but it came out super late." So he built this one immediately, and I think that monk did get a conversion. I don't know if you have the stat where you can check that. Is that under statistics?
Yeah, you can just check stats.
Military? I don't remember how to do this. Military units converted. Do we have that? I don't think we have units converted.
It'll be in-game. If you're looking at capture rate, you won't have it.
Oh, it's in.
Oh, you do have conversions. In the military, you have conversion desertions. You have one conversion for D.
Okay, so yeah, he was able to get one conversion with that monk. So awesome. That's really cool to see because I remember specifically that I asked D to take care of that a little bit more. So we're gonna go ahead and pause. Oh, do you have more to say, Dennis?
No, I mean the D needed this win to stay alive, and now D needs to hope that Painter wins the second game because if actually no, D pretty much took care of it, so it's just the score difference that D has to worry about, and got 500 points in this, and actually the hopes that King Gaz maybe wins. I don't know what the win condition for D is. Maybe it's just after the next set we'll eventually find out. But if Painter wins, I think that means King Gaz is out. King Gaz goes into the next set, next game, needing a win from Painter.
Yeah, and like that was a really good comeback from D. I don't want to discount that. That was really well done. You noticed that your opponent had left off the gas a little bit, and you capitalized on that. It's really good to see. So, Dennis, I was sneaky while you were talking, and I loaded up the next game. I'm at 2 seconds if you want to catch up. We're gonna make Painter red because they are on the right side of the scoreboard. And
you said 2 seconds.
I'm at 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm just changing the castings to read the actual names because this game is against Painter and King Gaz. Yeah. Painter as blue, King Gaz as red. Professional stream, guys. Sorry.
All right.
You have Painter's Magyars in blue and King Gaz.
You want to count down? You want to count down or?
I'm just making sure we have King Gaz as Japanese and Painter's Magyars on 4 leagues. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm at 2 seconds. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, play. So when I say play, hit play. 1, 2, 3, play. There you go, guys. We're a professional outfit. So we've got King Gaz as red in Japanese, and we've got Magyars with Painter in the blue on 4 leagues, which is a map I hate personally. Can't stand it. Now we saw Painter do some wild stuff on this map against D, but that was as Celts, so I don't know if we're going to see that again as Magyars. Frankly, thinking about that strategy would actually be kind of insane as Magyars, but I don't know if the wood that you would lose from not being Celts would be beneficial. We've got gold and stone on the back for Painter. 2 golds on the back for Gaz, though. Alright, what do you think, Dennis? Dennis. You're Dennis. Having a player named D Dennis and a commentator named Dennis, I want you to know that has caused me significant stress. What do you think about this map? What do you think we're going to see?
Yeah, it's the 4 leagues is a really good map, right? I think you mentioned that this is one of your favorite maps.
No, I hate this map so much.
Yeah, I think it's good. I guess Japanese is good. Magyars with the initiative is good.
Now,
so
do Japanese cav archers? Does that bonus work against cav archers?
No, the bonus is against spikes, if I remember correctly.
No, I thought it was against ranged units.
No, it's spikes.
Hold on.
Oh, it's archers. Yeah, it's range units. I remember now. Yeah, that is true. And I think
plus 2 attack versus archers except skirmishers. So does that include cavalry archers?
Yeah, it should. I just got confused with Parthian tactics, but yeah, it should be pretty much.
Interesting. Okay.
It should apply. Yeah.
Real quick, idle and look at the Discord for a second. So we've got this is Painter versus King Gaz. So Painter banned Franks, Gaz banned Byzantines. And we're told, quote, folks, this is a good one. Great, intense game. Which means I'm going to stop idling and I'll actually watch it. Alright, I have a question, Dennis.
Yep.
We now all know about Painter's Huang-esque 4 leagues game.
Yep.
Do we think that was revealed at the correct time? Or do you think he should have kept that in his back pocket a little bit until actual semifinals?
No, it's okay. It's all a fun tournament. It's not too serious, and it was good to see it. And it's always definitely good to refine it as well, right? Eventually, Painter will probably want to try it again, and if it's a good, well executed strategy, doesn't matter if you know it's coming. It's still going to be painful.
True. Painter also showing off that he can TC lure better than me. Big fan. Gaz
So
is
the
already
block
on fish.
has gone up for King Gaz. I don't know if you have enough woodcutters to.
No, for surely not.
I don't know enough about the water builds to say for sure, but
I think you need. I think you
Scratch
want
knows.
7 at this point, right?
I don't know.
Scratch does not know. Scratch is terrible on water. I'm just thinking.
But yeah, Painter is just thinking about farms right now, so definitely not going for docks. Definitely going for more land aggression is what I expect from Painter then.
To be fair,
Is
I think that might be a conscious decision because Painter is kind of in an awkward spot where he's between the lakes instead of Gaz, who's right up on one. You know, like it's kind of a.
It is wallable, to be fair, but yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe if you do the northern lake between those two wood lines, you could maybe do a dock safely, but it's still, I don't know, it's risky.
Yep. It's definitely you'll get value out of the dock for the faster castlage. So.
What is this lumber camp? Painter. Painter. Painter, no. Oh, no.
To be fair, Painter doesn't see the whole wood line.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Whew. Still, he's gonna see it later and go, oh damn. Ooh, scout. Ooh, he's trying to peel him off the mining camp. Really like that Painter. Really nice, annoying.
So it looks like King Gaz is thinking about archers against Japanese.
Or do you think just fast castle with water?
Wait, sorry. Yeah, King Gaz, Japanese archers. Yeah, I guess it works. I mean, now playing archers in this patch is always painful because you need archers to be masked, and regrouping kind of is painful. But
yeah, I mentioned this in a private chat with Dennis, but I had actually I'd started playing a little bit before AOE League started up, and just because I wanted to get refreshed, and I never noticed the archer problems, and I actually did archers in a
crazy to me.
A competitive game, yeah, and I won that game, by the way. But then I played another game, I think in single player, just against the AI, just to practice a build order. And I noticed it, and I went, "Oh my god, never mind. Archers are terrible. I'm never playing them again." It was truly horrific. Okay, we got some walling from red, some walling from blue.
Painter is thinking about scouts for sure.
I think so, yeah. This is a really awkward gold mine for Painter, though. I don't like the wall-up situation with this gold mine. Kind of turned it into a choke point.
I'm definitely thinking it's going to be a big scout commitment here from Painter.
Oh.
Maybe not big, but there's definitely going to be a few scouts being made at least. And King Gaz knows about it and is starting to wall them up. So how many scouts do you think Painter will make here?
King Gaz does not know about it, actually. King Gaz has not seen Painter's base.
It's more of an intuition of Magyar's feudalage.
True. It is
what's going to come.
It's a good safe bet.
Yeah.
And this is a lot of scouts. We've got 7 so far, potentially.
8, yep.
Oof. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Painter doesn't really have anyone on gold, so maybe that's just part of Painter's plan is to just be extremely aggressive in feudal age and go all in feudal age.
Gaz has the boldest scout of all time on that woodline. Alright. I don't know what that was about.
No dock so far for Painter, so Painter is definitely choosing to go with a strategy that could be more harder as the game goes on. So Painter needs damage in this attack, and if these 8 scouts are walled off, that's going to be huge for King Gaz.
Unfortunately, Gaz has not been able to finish his wall up, and that the southern wall of that map is going to be a pain. So I think he's got time, but he needs to get going now. Yeah, don't worry about that scout. Just send him in.
Yep.
All right, Gaz. All right, there's barracks.
Okay, you're going to the walled off region now, so that could help a little bit. Barracks, so... And yeah, Castle is coming in, so this should be pretty good for King Gaz. King Gaz could go for knights actually, even as Japanese, and you're gonna have like a very good lead into Castlage, but you need to wall off. I think that's a big portion of what's gonna be. Ooh, there's a hole.
There's a hole. Oh no!
I hate that. I absolutely hate that. Oh, it's gonna be painful to lose this way. King Gaz needs a win here to stay alive in this tournament, so it's...
These are the most cramped scouts in the world. I don't think that's going well for Painter.
You have 27 seconds. You just hold on and then drop a... Do you even have a wood to drop a stable right now? You kind of do. Okay.
For Gaz?
Okay, this is...
Gaz does, yes.
Okay, okay. So now you just basically... Oh, the gold villagers weren't walled in. Even to be fair, I didn't even call that out as something that he should be doing. But yeah, I think now you just make knights or light cav. You need a stable though. But yeah, right now King Gaz is just looking for pikes, and you don't have mobility. You're gonna keep running around, and
I'll be honest,
behind it.
It worked though. Like Gaz was able to defend that brilliantly. Painter got, what, 3 kills? Yeah, 3 kills.
Yeah, but that was, I mean, right now resources collected is 400 more for Painter. The farming eco for Painter looks much better. And there's a follow-up for a double archery range with cav archers potentially in play with so much gold. Painter is actually in a good position right now.
That being said, while Gaz does not have as many farms, he does have a second dock.
You need lamp presence right now. Cav archers are gonna show up soon, and you need an answer to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do want to see the wallop get completed.
Oh wait, I actually thought Painter was already clicked up to Castlage, but
no, he's still in feudal. Yeah.
Okay, there's gonna be a window where the knights can still attack.
I imagine that Painter has Castle Age queued up behind this wheelbarrow.
Okay, okay.
Oh. No, he's got a stable in archer range. He doesn't need buildings.
Yeah, I think you, as King Gaz, you need to kind of go for an attack now. After that attack from the scouts, you need to do your own. I think King Gaz again is being too heavy on stone right now, when you potentially don't really need to.
Not only are we being too heavy on stone, but these villagers on the wrong side of this stone mine have to walk around this barracks and the stable to turn it in, and then they're going right back to that same rock. So always, don't ever babysit your villagers, but every now and then just like make sure they're doing things the way you want them to be doing them, because it can really start to bog you down. Painter checking to see if that wallop is finished. Got 2 fishing ships on the southern dock.
Nope, the wall up is not finished, and in fact, King Gaz is not really thinking about walling at all, which against Magyars is a questionable decision.
That's a bold TC. Okay, I don't hate it, but
yeah, I don't know if I would have expected cav archers from Painter, but Painter is going for archers, and you still get fully upgraded arbalest with Magyars, so yeah, it's a good 13 good mass of archers that are being produced by Painter right now.
I feel like if you've already got the economy to support it, I would.
Oh, I do not like this from King Gaz. King Gaz, I would have liked like a second stable and going full in on knights, but right now he's making an archery range, probably a reaction to probably seeing the archers somewhere. But you are up against it if you actually want to go for.
I actually think that if I were in Painter's shoes, I would have gone out full in on cav archers rather than foot archers on this.
I mean, to be fair, I guess you can go for cav archer mask yourself as Japanese, because you do get a bonus against them, but you don't have the gold. You have only 4 on gold right now, and I don't think you can produce more.
Where do you think
Keep up.
Gaz puts this castle? Do you think he puts it on the back by the gold? He likes
don't-
defensive castles.
The problem is, I mean, why do you even go for castles? Like, what do you get out of castles as Japanese? Other than defensive building, and I don't think you need it to be that defensive. But yeah,
Oh,
he's going for
on
defensive.
the side. Okay.
Yep, it's just to prevent things from running in, I guess. But the archers in, they're going to hit the wood line, and the villagers are trapped. But yeah, the TC is gonna kind of help there.
Okay, so Painter is transitioning to cavalry archers and knights, which is really expensive.
And really strong.
It is
to be
really
fair.
strong, yeah. I think he's got the eco for it. He's got 12 on gold, and he's got 11 farmers.
Yeah, I mean, King Gaz has 2 TCs producing, and but yeah, essentially the efficiency of those units are going to be into question. I still think skirmishers is not the right play. I think you could have gone for cav archers of your own as Japanese.
Yeah, as Japanese specifically, yes. I think cav archers
Yeah.
of your own would have been better, because then once you're done defending this attack, you
You
can
get a bonus
counterattack.
against you get a bonus against the archers. You pretty much can hit and run against the knights. And it'll give you the initiative and map control. And I think that's what you're actually fighting for.
Are we going to see a
The map
siege
control.
workshop? Nope. Okay.
I would
he
say
doesn't have
right
any
now
gold,
it's just.
though. Ugh.
I think I don't remember. Is King Gaz someone who likes to kind of castle up before making his play?
I don't recall seeing this this frequently from Gaz. I think it is just fortunate that we've
The
seen
pressure, yeah.
Yeah,
the
we've
pressure.
seen it twice
Yeah.
from him in 2 games.
Yep, yep.
There's a lot of pressure from Painter, which is frankly wild considering he's not on water at all.
Yeah, right now I don't think you even need these many farms as King Gaz. You just go in on the fishing ships and protect your wood villagers and gold villagers,
Yeah,
and just
I
go
agree.
in on cav archers.
I agree. We've got Samurai. Okay.
Castle Samurai is not that impressive, especially against range units.
And
They can
with-
just take them out.
And with no upgrades whatsoever.
And this is looking better and better for Painter with the second TC coming up. And Painter has, I guess, not as big an army lead as I expected it to be. So maybe there's still a window where King Gaz could.
Painter did stop making military. They made the
Yeah, the
initial-
eco now
Yeah.
boom, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I don't know if Samurai are the answer to this. Gaz, I am going to call you out on one thing in this game for sure, because now I've seen it in 2 games at this point. You have got to start doing your research. We need to start seeing some eco upgrades, some military upgrades. And because right now, like, these Japanese samurai are probably the least scary thing you could be making right now. Especially with zero upgrades whatsoever and no eco behind them. We're kind of spreading ourselves a little thin right now. We're going for a lot of different unit types, and I'd rather see some commitment to one single strategy. Because this mangonel or battering ram is going to show up, and it's going to be painful.
Honestly, though, I mean, if you can protect the skirms with the samurai, I think it should be fine. But yeah, there's going to be a mangonel or some kind of siege push soon, so it's going to be.
It's not necessarily that I think the samurai are a bad choice. I just think there are better choices.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really. Right now, there's TC protecting the wood line, TC protecting the farming economy, and there could be a TC going up once. Oh, there's an outpost, so yeah, I guess the TC doesn't really go up on the gold, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, actually, King Gaz even is very hesitant to move forward. I think you need a siege workshop in defense in the very least, because now.
I agree.
Yeah.
Monastery from Painter. Good. Very all-in push from Painter.
It's not really all in. Painter has more resources collected because of the lack of eco upgrades, maybe. But yeah, you also have a lot of army upgrades on the units that Painter has. So it's going to be really strong. And the cav archers with the mobility, could just pick off everything from King Gaz. And King Gaz doesn't even have the army upgrades for the range, so now Cav Archers with mobility has the same range as the Skirms, I think, if I'm not wrong.
And Painter pulled the cavalry archers back to deal with this, which I really like.
6, yeah, same range as the Skirms.
They're not doing well, but
they're not doing well
doing
because
enough.
they're fighting Skirms. Yeah, they're fighting Skirms, but if you send the Knights back and fight the Skirms with Knights and Cav Archers with the Samurai, it should be...
Ooh, forward castle from Gaz.
Yeah, not really threatening gold or any minerals, just running in, so...
I definitely think that castle can be moved to a much better position.
To be honest, it is distracting Painter right now.
Yes.
Painter is not really focusing on the push forward now, sending all the army back and just massing up right now.
Is this a one villager castle? Okay. Alright. Gaz does have an absolutely disgusting amount of
now
military.
this is a good cleanup of the Skirms. Skirms are out of position, and good amount of Skirms goes down, which means soon the Cav Archers could engage against the Samurai and the Pikes.
Really good micro from Painter here. Oh, and he's gonna see the castle. Oh.
And it's just one, so you can even engage in multiple ways, since it's just one villager.
Oh, you gotta pull your skirms forward. Okay.
I mean, if you have a mangonel here,
His mangonel's on the front, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, but the monk can get it. He can get close enough.
Is that a monk? Mangonel is not yet
As a
out.
siege workshop on blue side coming in to take care of that villager. Painter, your head is on a swivel for this game. This is really good. I really like what I'm seeing here.
Okay, double stable, so
And
nice.
we're still threatening Gaz's TC on the right.
Yep.
Whew.
So is this castle going up,
No,
or is Mangonel coming out?
There's Mangonel coming out. There's no way.
It's 50% up. The castle's 50% up, and
The Mangonel's gonna...
it's gonna... Yeah.
It's really... I actually really like... I don't like the Samurai. I don't think they're contributing here. But I actually really like the attempt, the pressure from Gaz to kind of alleviate at home. But unfortunately, Painter's paying attention. He's got both. Mangonel is out and hit the villager and castle's denied.
Yep. Novel's probably going to go forward, is my guess.
We've got 2 Mangonels and a monk coming back to Painter's base to help clear this up.
Okay, Mega Boom from King Gaz, probably.
Okay, okay.
2 TCs next to one another. From King Gaz, if you're not seeing it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I don't actually mind clustered TCs. I used to, but now that I realize how defensive they can be, it's pretty good.
You just put them on the gold or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Not out in the open with nothing on them, for sure.
I mean, the first TC is fine. You can get Goma wood from that, but the second one you could have just put on the gold. But it was shift queued, I suppose. All right.
That's a lot of archery ranges. Okay. Oh,
okay, maybe finally going for Cav Archers of your own. But the lack of eco upgrades is gonna be interesting. I think the food eco is being heavily carried by the fishing ships right now, and those pawns would soon run out. And
well, the problem is we've got 5 fishing ships on the eastern lake, and they're gonna soon be running out of food, and then we've only got 2 fishing ships.
Too many stables from King Gaz.
I think so.
I don't think you have the food eco even with... I mean, you have only 7 fishing ships even.
Knights are in, Mangonels are behind them. This is gonna be rough.
Yep, it looks like King Gaz might not be... Yeah, I think King Gaz is gonna be...
These knights can honestly, like, take out these pikemen, honestly. But running them back is a better play.
Yeah, you can take them out with Mangonels if they follow. And you can heal the knights, which is good as well. So you have more food workers for Painter now. You have 6,000 more resources collected. The army lead.
14 knights from Gaz. I don't know. I don't know how you afford that. Oh, but we're building a castle on the gold. I like that. I wish that would have been where the first castle was built.
You're not Khmer, so those farms would be dropped off in the middle on the other side of the castle. But yeah, I guess something's better than nothing. I honestly think you just go all in on wood and make more fishing ships, and
Yes.
because you're not being threatened on your ponds.
Yet, I mean, honestly, like a mangonel could make that very awkward, or some knights, but Painter
Yeah,
is blind to it at this point.
Also, you have two castles protecting it. Unless Imp comes in, those castles can't really be ranged yet, unless Rams start showing up.
Sure, but there's only 1,000 food left on that lake.
If you have the wood eco, you can just drop fish traps.
Yeah, I forget about fish traps. Okay, we've got
okay, there's a
counterattack
from King Gaz.
That is a lot of knights. He's got to break down this gate. He's got to get in there. The knights are coming back. The Mangadels are not, though. He's keeping enough.
These are a lot of knights. 18 knights.
We got a castle on Gaz's face. Castle.
Oh, I think you now just run in.
Yeah, just send it. Don't worry about the walls. Just go, go, go. You're on a clock. You gotta hit the farms. Something.
You have more attack upgrades on the knights, and
yeah,
this is gonna be an interesting fight.
Handedly.
I think the numbers are with King Gaz's side, so you can never tell easily.
True. Yeah, there is 18. I did not have them all selected.
Yeah.
Another wild TC from Gaz.
Yeah, King Gaz is not really fighting with the knights, so they're taking free hits. King Gaz is just running towards the wills, I suppose. Oh, they're just running away.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now they turn back and fight.
Might have been a failure of scouting there. We weren't sure what we were looking for, perhaps.
But the castle's on the TC.
Yeah. But we've got plenty of TCs at this point, so it just
I think it's just the farming eco, right? The entire farming eco there has to be idled, and now you have only 6 on food, which is all the...
Dennis, the 2 fishing ships in the south aren't even fishing.
Yep.
Oh no, okay.
So King Gaz with the knights is doing a lot of damage, and the knight mass is only growing. There's 23 knights right now, but now you just need to make fishing ships with the 500 and 600 wood, and then you have 20 on gold and fishing ships which are protected by castles, and then you can just try to clear out Painter just by army numbers.
I don't know if I agree with pulling that mass of knights back to home base. I think that we needed to just go all in on the attack.
There's also a group attacking forward.
No, I know.
Actually.
But I think I would prefer 21 knights versus, 8, especially with these 5 barracks going up on the back.
Yep. I think it's good. I mean, against villagers, it should be fine.
And knights are going in under the castle.
Oh, that is not really good, because now you're losing the mass.
It's a crazy game, though.
It is a crazy game.
Now we've got our own barracks for Red. Red did notice the problem with the fishing ships in the bottom.
Now Red does need to move to cav archers again with all this. In terms of villager lead, in the worker lead, King Gaz has moved workers right now, and the eco efficiency is about normal now. So
yeah, but Painter has 10k more resources.
Yep.
Because his farms have been untouched this whole game.
And the forward castles are idling a lot of the economy right now, and
Now,
I mean,
that
King
being
Gaz
said,
has
Gaz, you
done a good
have
job.
almost 2k gold.
Yep,
You could buy fishing ships at this point.
you could buy Imp right now
You
if
could
you
buy
need to.
Imp, actually. I don't know if buying Imp right now would be the best, but Painter's on his way though.
Yeah, Painter, once he hits the Imp, I don't think he has eco, but right now he just has 58 villagers, no fishing ships, but
I don't know.
eventually he'll have, if he gets recursive bow and he has extra range on the cav archers, it should be pretty good. But yeah, I think there's a long way off
We're just,
right now.
Trebs, right?
True. Trebs could help, but I mean, if it's just Trebs that you're worried about, I think you can dive under the. But yeah, I think it's kind of hard because Japanese, you don't really get good raiding units. You do lack the last armor on the knights, so maybe you don't really get a lot. Apart from,
Do they
I
get
don't know.
Hussar? I can't remember.
You don't get Hussar. I think you maybe stop with light cav as Japanese. I mean, you're in Castle Age anyway. It doesn't matter if you get it or not. But yeah, right now there's 11 villagers queued. You can just unqueue and go up. I think right now King Gaz has just
Second
put out a lot
castle.
of fires.
Second
Yep,
castle
and
to deny that gold.
that is going to be painful, honestly.
Yeah. Well, no, not
I mean, actually,
really, because he's
not
already
really.
moved. Yeah, he's already moved to different gold piles. But unfortunately, those other piles are going to start running out.
And this castle is going to be a good position to tread the castle as well. So there's going to
Painter is
be
getting relics on top of this. Like, Painter is a spastic with how efficiently they're able to spin
Painter
these blades.
doesn't really have the resources for the trebs, so right now just planning on getting down the eco needed. And King Gaz, in the meantime, has comfortably clicked up to Imp.
I'm not sure Gaz realizes how good of a position they're in right now.
King Gaz is letting the villagers on gold die, which you probably don't want to do, but I guess
Yes.
right now there are 15 knights being queued right now, so.
Alright, now, Gaz, we've seen other... Oh no,
How
he
many-
doesn't see the gold pile in the south. Oh, that's terrible.
I think the stables actually are paying off because 15 knights are going to be in the field in no time now, which is going to help King Gaz a lot.
Yes.
And the gold pile next to the TC has run out now, so you
Yeah.
do need to
There's a gold
reclaim
pile
the
in the
gold,
south, but...
which King Gaz knows about.
Does Gaz
Doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not know about it.
yeah,
Painter does,
doesn't know
though.
about it.
Unfortunately.
But yeah.
This is a messy game. Big fan. Alright, we've got 17 pikemen coming to join these 13 knights. It's pretty good, but we've got Trebs on their way. Which castle? They coming out of this one? Yeah.
There's 2 out of that one, yeah. And nothing out of the other castle. Yeah.
I actually like that at this
Yeah, because you
moment,
want it to be up, yeah, because the knights would just dive into the trebs probably. You don't want to show the trebs actually. I would have probably preferred to keep the trebs inside the castle until you had the group, so that when you hit the castle, you already start going up, because now the knights would probably dive. I mean, if it was me, I would probably dive for the treb and kill it.
Maybe it was done on purpose to pull the knights off. We got another TC from Gaz. Back up to 4 TCs when this one goes up, and we've got a counter push from the knights.
I think the pain is right now King Gaz doesn't really have any gold, and the lack of gold is going to be a pain because you can't even afford trebs right now after going up.
Yeah, had 3K
Maybe you
gold
can buy
like
it.
5 minutes ago too.
Yeah, you made a lot of knights, and now forward castle from King Gaz trying to just take out the TC, but honestly Painter doesn't need the TC right now.
Not sure I understand why Painter's getting Arbalister. That's... Cav Archers have got to be the way to go with this, right?
I mean, I don't know. It is, but Maybe it's just cheaper, so Painter thinks that he can afford it. I don't know. Either way, right now Painter is in a good spot.
Gaz has a castle on Painter's home TC.
Yep,
What?
yep. Yeah, I don't think Painter mines. I don't think you need that position anymore. There's no minerals around the TC. You just let the TC go down and migrate to another part of the eco, another part of the map. But yeah,
he's gotta hurry up and do that though. This is actually a disgusting game.
I think the Trebs are gonna take everything out in the home base. There's 14 idols for Painter, 30 idols for King Gaz. Kind of expected in a messy game like this. And I think King Gaz is thinking of just clumping most of the Trebs forward and taking it out. No Trebs queued from the castle in the back, so this gold pile is going to be Painter soon.
Yeah, Painter's scouting for those golds. It's really good to see.
Yeah, I think Painter's got the gold control, which means Painter's got the lead pretty much in this game, and the score kind of shows it. It's been showing it for some time, but I think now with the 30 villagers down and most of the map being cut off by Painter's castles,
slowly but surely, yeah.
Yeah. I think the 0 and gold is the problem, because without gold you can't even deal with the castles that Painter is putting up, and you have the 4 trebs, but those trebs have to move forward past the castle protection at some point. Only the castle that Painter is putting down over there is probably going to go down from the trebs. But apart from that, you can't really just freely move forward with those trebs because Painter is gonna. I mean, he's not really making Arbalest. He got the upgrade, but right now,
that like Painter and Gaz's scouting is actually pretty equal, but unfortunately Painter sees the 2 gold piles that Gaz does not.
Yeah, and Painter is controlling 1 gold pile with scouts, the other gold pile with the castle, and freely taking the gold pile in the north next to the TC. So it's gonna be pretty hard to just compete with trash units and trebs.
And the villagers on the front are not being protected. They're just retreating back towards Painter's base. Which is fine, ultimately, because they're just gonna die otherwise, but yeah, there it is. Wow. That was a great game from both of you. That was truly a fun one. What do you think?
Yeah, congratulations, Painter, on making it, and well played, King Gaz. Hope you had fun playing this tournament, and hope to cast some more games from you in another one that you participate in. Hopefully you had a good time.
Now, before we finish that statement, though, because we messed up on this on the last one, is Gaz out?
Wait, Gaz played just one of them. No, he played both his games. We covered all the tiebreak games now.
Right. So, but Gaz has lost both games, and Gaz is out.
Gaz has lost both games. Painter has won both his games. D has won one of his games. So D and Painter goes through. Okay. They'll face Quebec Cub and Anoncon in the semifinals.
All right. I'm excited for that. But King Gaz, I agree with Dennis. You were a really fun player. You actually genuinely taught me some things about water. And yeah, no, this was really cool to see for both players. Gaz, I complained in our last game that you folded a little quickly. You did not do that in this game. You definitely made it as messy as you could. And that was really cool to see. Really, really tenacious attempt here. But Painter, Painter's got a little bit of everything. He got 2 relics. He's got castles everywhere. He scouted every gold that they could. Real crazy amount of plate spinning from Painter. Real good. Well done. All right. Are we closing out?
Yep.
All right. So this was AOE League Season 9 group stage tiebreaker for Division 1, I think, between Painter, King Gaz, and D. With Painter getting 2-0, D getting 1-0, and King Gaz, unfortunately, going 0-2. So Painter and D will progress. King Gaz is out of the tournament. It was great to have him. And hopefully we'll see more of that player like Dennis said. Anyway, I'm Scratch. That's Dennis. Have a good night.